Hey guys, TTL or Test the Limit back here again with another video. So kind of like the Evelyn clear video, today we're going to be going over Shaco's clear, and I'm just going to review Chase Shaco's clear, and yeah, let's just get straight into it. So he puts a box right here. This is just kind of a defensive. You can also just place a ward if you want. There's really no use of this, just kind of in case they invade you. But basically, before I get into reviewing his actual clear, what he actually does is you're gonna want to place two boxes, the one here and one here, on the raptor camp, and then also place a box somewhere in this area between raptors and red buff. So let me move the camera a little bit. So somewhere between this, you're going to place one more box. It can be anywhere right here, really. And basically the gist is these two boxes will kill the raptors mostly. And then they'll try to run to you while you're on your red buff. And then they'll get caught on this other box. And you can finish your red buff before they reset. And that just makes your clear very much faster than if you just put your boxes, like 3 or 4 boxes, on the red buff itself. That's pretty much the only like specialized thing that you have to do for Shaco. But yeah, so that's pretty much the only special thing you do for your clear. So we can kind of just see what he does. At 50 seconds, he's going to place the first box. And then you're pretty much just going to do it off cooldown. So the first box is placed at 50 seconds. And that's just so that it doesn't mess up and disappear. And actually, there is a little bit of a bug that sometimes it will anyways. So I try and place it at 51 or 52 seconds because it does the same thing. It just makes sure that the box will not die. So then he places it between the red and the raptors. And then you just get a leash. And you can see that while he's on red, the boxes are getting the raptors. So then he can just leash the red buff to the raptors and finish the raptors up. And this is the most efficient clear with Shaco in patch 11.9. And it has been the most efficient for quite a while now, actually. So then you take Q level 2, just Q over the wall so that you get there quicker. And I mean, it's pretty much just self-explanatory for the rest. The main key things, make sure you use your box on cooldown. Use your Q to get over some walls. And Shaco early game, you're ganking a lot. So you're not necessarily going to full clear every single game. So like he Qs over that wall. And now so in this position, once you finish your first side, whether it's blue buff on red side or red buff on blue side, you can make the decision on if you want to 1, invade because you're Shaco, 2, gank a lane, or 3, full clear. So he could have looked bot, but his bot is pushing, so there's no reason to go bot lane. And he doesn't know. Well, actually, he does know. He does know that Fiddle started topside. So he could have potentially invaded here. Not sure why he didn't. Maybe because he knew that Fiddle had already taken Raptors, and he thought that maybe Fiddle could be bot side, like just went that direction. But yeah, then he decides to full clear this game. So you just go to your wolves, set the box down on cooldown, Q over the wall like I was saying, and then just set your boxes on cooldown. And then you'll see him once it gets lower HP, he starts moving towards where he's wanting to go. So I have noticed watching Chase's replays, like he could have kited the blue buff a lot more until this point, but he just kind of kills them where they spawn. He doesn't really kite that much. Like he took it from around here to like right here before it died, but that's not really making too much of a difference when you can get it over here, like up here. So I would prefer doing that rather than just killing it at the camp's spawn point. But it is Chase, so I mean, he knows what he's doing. And then for Scuttle Crab, I actually forgot about this. I'm glad that I continued watching the replay. I almost ended it right there. But when you're doing Scuttle Crab, the easiest way to do it is place a box, queue or walk on the other side of the Scuttle Crab, and then just bounce the scuttle between you and your box. Because it doesn't know where to move, so it'll just kind of sit there. It makes getting Scuttle Crabs way easier, and highly recommend trying that. But yeah, so that's basically what you want to do with Shaco. So just to review, you're going to start putting boxes at 50 seconds in the game. Or try to do 51 or 52 just so your boxes don't bug. You're going to put 2 on raptors, and then put the third one somewhere between your red buff and your raptors. And I'm going to go ahead and say this will take a lot of practice to make your raptors not end up resetting. But if you get a good enough leash and you actually use your boxes to their full ability, you can easily do raptors and red at the same time. And it's just really helpful. So then after that, you're going to go to your Krugs. And after Krugs, I would look for a gank, mid, or bot. And if I can't gank, if you don't know where the enemy jungler is, head to your top side to full clear. And if you do, and you have a chance to invade, I would invade. Just because that's what Shaco is really good at. You take Ignite instead of Flash. So that Ignite damage makes you dominate in the early game against enemy junglers. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Make sure to like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.